Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and today I have another great video for you. We're going to look at 3 giant tokens that are making headway in the market. They're in the top 50 on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, but they are doing absolutely great over the last week in price prediction. So we need to have a look into the deep fundamentals of them and the price chart action to see why it is that these tokens are shooting for the moon. Now, as you can see behind me, we've got Doge, we've got Solana, and we've got Terra Luna. Now, these are 3 tokens that you've probably all heard of, but probably think I may be having a bit invested in them, or you may have just forgot about them. But let me tell you, the Doge army has woken up and they are in full battle. The Solana team have literally fueled their jets and their rockets off onto the moon, and the Terra Luna are launching up for round 2 and they've done their test flight and the jets are ready to pop. So let's have a look into the fundamentals and the price chart action and get into the video. Welcome. So before I start today's awesome video, I have to go through the boring bit of this is not financial advice. I'm no financial advisor, and this bad boy is here for your educational purposes only. So with that being said, today's token we're going to dive straight into is Solana. And we're going to look at Solana on CoinMarketCap, look at what the socials are saying and where this price action has been shooting. So let's jump straight into Solana. Boom. So as you can see up here, Solana's making headway with a 40% increase in the last 24 hours. But we also know that over the last week, Solana's been doing pretty great. From Jan into March, we had the big thing, then the big crash in May, then it went sideways, and only really down here, Solana gave you an opportunity to jump straight into. And now if you're invested in it, you're seeing the absolute phenomenal gains pay off. But if you don't know about Solana, you can go over, and obviously Solana's one of them great ones that a lot of people know about. It a lot easier if you go over to the website and have a look. I'll tell you a little bit about Solana, but Solana's that big and does that much stuff that you'd probably need about an hour just to read what cool stuff it does on their website. And this is definitely not a rug pull token. This is around to stay. So for me, is it worth investing in? Obviously you'll need a retracement because Solana's shot to the moon, but we want to see why it shot to the moon, and that's because people are getting behind bullish news that's been happening in the Solana space. Now, as you can see here, it's got its community, validators, network, ecosystem, and it's got here a old 1 minute 40 watch video that tells you absolutely everything you need to know about Solana in a nutshell. So go over to there, watch that video. We won't play it on this video, otherwise this will just drag out and out and out. But I want to put this on your radar as I jump straight into Twitter now and show you. You can see that it's verified, it's got 391,000 and it's very active. You know, they tell you a lot about what they're doing. They've got some moderators on there. Their Telegram's super active if you want to go and look at their Telegram. And you can find out a lot about this. And like I said, from the price action that you're seeing in percentage there, Solana is really doing some great growth. So with that being said, let's jump straight into Solana's price chart. Boom. So now we're in Solana's price chart action and what action it is having. As you can see, I always like to give you where I've seen the bottom, where I've seen the midpoint, and where I've seen the resistance, because this will give you key areas of where you can look for to put your own kind of buying boxes. And it's important that you do a little bit of research. But let's have a look. You can see way back here, July time, you can see there was a real low bottom for Solana. It was trading around about the $27 mark, and it did that for quite a number of days, and then it started having a bit of momentum as the crypto market picked up, and it was like a healthy slow sideways kind of pump where it was putting in higher highs and higher lows. Retest this, and if it came back down or it broke this as support, reconfirmed, and I would have dollar cost averaging a rejection here. But unfortunately, as Solana's doing so good, it literally smashed support and it shot off to the moon. And from its low kind of down here, which is not even its lowest, but it's where what I've put in where I feel people would have brought in, it's done 100%. So you can see it's nearly doubled, it's over 100%, sorry, it's gone up another $40. So Solana's doing absolutely mammoth. But leave a comment below, let me know what you think. Now, as we've got a few more tokens to look at, I am going to quickly jump into our next kind of cool token, and that's Terra. As you can see, Terra have another great 29, nearly 30% increase. Now, if we have a look down, it had its massive increase, and this is where Terra's now is back at where it was at its all-time high. Here, obviously, it had its eye on launch day, but we're talking about since January. This is all beginning of this year till the end, and we're seeing great prices. So anyone that was even in Terra that hodled and you had diamond hands, virtual R5 to you, because you're going to get rewarded now. And this is what I like to see in crypto. So well played to you. Now, obviously, we'll jump into Terra's website. You see accessing leading blockchain, and also if you want to read Terra's white paper and you want to learn how to build on Terra, if you're into that space, then that's great. You can go over and have a look at that. But obviously, a lot of people on this channel are not really into the dev space. We're more into the investing. So you're just going to want to know, really, well, if I'm investing in Terra, what is Terra about? You know, like how do I know that Terra is good for me? But here you can find out all the information. You can watch an intro, you can join the community, you can find the explorer, you can find out a lot about it. And it does have a massive kind of active Telegram, Discord, etc. But we're going to look straight into now as Terra socials. Now this will tell you, look, see, there you go, algorithmic stablecoin. And it'll say here you can savings, the investments, the payments. It's even got its Terra currency. Now, if with a Terra currency, you'll need to go over there and find out a little bit more about it. But if you dive over to kind of Terra money, it does tell you a lot of information about it. Now, with these tokens, we could go greatly into the fundamentals and start telling you a whole load about it. But this video will be about an hour and a half long, and we can't do that. But they are verified. They are 102,000 strong, so they're not a rug pull. They're not anything to worry about. What it is for me, it's a long-term investment for when Terra starts retracing and we're finding them great entry points, which leads me on now to Terra's price chart prediction. Now we're just going to jump. Boom. So here you can have it. Here's Luna, Terra Luna, and as you can see, from its bottom, like down here, from after the crash, it did go a little bit lower with a wick on this big crash down here. But this for me was where it truly sort of really did bottom out, and this was your massive buying opportunity at $5, where they say buy in the bear market, buy in the dip when everyone's fearful. If you'd have put $1,000 in here today, you'd be cashing out for over $4,000, because it went from $5 up to a good healthy kind of midway point of $15 pretty quickly. I mean, this kind of price action area here between the 10 and 12, people might have started looking. But for me, the big kind of indicator when this was going to pop was all this sideways price chart action here, where it was smashing against what would have been its resistance, got rejected, found this kind of area of support, and then didn't look back. And again, found its next level, this kind of price chart action here, and got rejected and did exactly the same here. As you can see, these are mirror copies of themselves. So what would be a typical pattern for Terra Luna now? Well, what would be action now is this is pumped quite quick, and it's been finding a bit of ground about here, and using this kind of is the pattern. This is where we would have been buying in. A lot of people would have been buying in. But as this is pumped so quick, it could drop back down, revisit this level. If it has a strong sell-off with people that have brought in around this level and want to cash a few chips off the table, it could fall all the way down to this kind of area here. And this to me looks like it was really strong resistance, so it could turn into strong support, because as you can see here, a lot of people are happy to buy Terra Luna around this price. So maybe you could see like a retrace, maybe a little bit, maybe a retrace, a bounce off this and then gradually up. Or this for me is also a strong area, depending if people, because there is quite a bit of volume down here, depending if people want to get out of Terra Luna or not. If not, it's going to find it bouncing around this here and maybe doing some sideways action. So this is really nice to see, and for me this is confirmation that the bull run's kicked in. The bull run is starting. The bull run was always there, but this is the second part to it. We had that big correction, pulled out a lot of the weekends, but definitely the bears are losing traction here. And as you can see, this massive kind of upward trend, it's fantastic to see. I mean, what a time to be in crypto now, when you can see trend actions popping up like that. I mean, look at it. If that was a hill outside in your local park, you wouldn't want to climb that. You would not want to be climbing that. You know what I mean? That's almost, you got to get your climbing gear out. So hope you put Luna on your kind of radar. Be careful around this price chart action here, because obviously you need to put in your kind of buy box areas and do your research. But Terra Luna's got great fundamentals. It is a kind of coin that's going to be around a long time. So now on the dips, it's time really to be looking if Terra Luna's kind of a coin for you. Again, this is for the ones with the profits from all the ones that we show you on here, how to get profits quick on the MAME, on how to get the tokens for the pump to 100 and 1000x. But when you've got all them profits, you want to put them into more stable stuff so you can have long-term investments and coins. So with that being said, we're going to come on to the third and final one. Now, before you hit the dislike or you hit the like, just bear with me and hear me out on the third one, because some people love it, some people hate it. It's like Marmite, you love it or you hate it. Boom, DogeCoin. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, oh, Doge, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. But the Doge army are out. They're coming out in force, and they really are backing their token up, because, you know, everyone, when Doge went down, everyone said, oh, Doge is dead. It's dropped like a biggest percentage. But boy, is it making traction. Let me just click on this 7-day here. You're going to see why I think Doge army are back out and why I think it's making traction. Look at that steady increase. That over the last week, that is not a pump and dump. That is people actively investing in that token. The reason I put Doge till last is because I wanted to show you the similarity of how people invest in Doge now, as they are Solana and as they are Terra Luna. It's had a 10% increase, but it's having increases all the time. Now I'm going to pop back one level on Doge and show you here that Dogecoin's done in the last 30 days 92%, in the last 7 days at 30%, in the last 24 hours at 10%. And to me, that is people investing the same in that as they are in a lot of the other top tokens. And as you can see, it's still up there with the best of them on this channel. And I'll pop into the website, but everyone knows a bit about Doge. They know it's a main token. You know, the creators set it up to take the mick, but boy, has it got traction now. Obviously, that's all thanks to Elon Musk, but that's sorry, I'm going to take a little bit of that back. It's all thanks to Elon Musk that it got traction, and it got a lot of kind of rallying in the media and in the socials. But for me, it's all thanks to the Doge army, because they're the ones that have stuck by this. And I'm telling you now, categorically, they stuck by this token all the way through the bull run. They would like hodl, Doge army, Doge will rise, and it did. So love, hate, loathe the coin or whatever, facts are facts and stats are stats, as we say on here. The Doge army were right. They did say their token wouldn't die, wouldn't be a rug pull, wouldn't be nothing. They did say it'll come back, and love it or hate it, everyone, it is coming back, and the investments are showing strong. And obviously their Twitter, Telegram, I know we're just showing Twitter here, but it's 2 million followers verified, and boy is this active. You know, it's got such a massive following that they're obviously, we said about Doge crashing, and it did take one of the worst crashes, not just the car, but a lot of it, and Doge weren't doing too well. But like I said, the army stuck by it, and they said it's going to come back, and it did. So go over, have a look at the website. If you're new to this and you don't know what Doge is, you might have been sleeping under a rock in crypto, because it's probably one of the most, you know, famous, hyped tokens of all crypto time. Now I'm just going to jump straight into that price chart action and show you. Boom. So straight into Doge's price chart action. Now, as you can see, if I just zoom out a little bit, obviously I'll talk to you about my lines in a moment. You can see Doge had its massive crash. It went down to exactly where I put the line, which is this price chart area here, and where it's seen its kind of bottom. And it did have kind of a quick rally up, and then it dropped down. And as you can see, it went all the way down and its bottom was here. But for the sake of the video, I didn't want to say this was where the bottom was, like in the price action, because you can see all the price action here. This was like kind of, it just popped down there for a day or so and it went back up. This is where most of the price action has been, all around here. So as you can see, this is why I'm saying the Doge Army, they popped this token back quick. We had a big rally here. Look at this high volume. I'll just pop it back in. Here's the high volume here. Pop back up. Obviously, as all the crypto did, went on a kind of a downtrend to find its bottom. It's found its bottom, we said around about the 15 cents mark. And then bang, it's not looked back. Found super sideways price action where everyone was sticking by it. Then it pumped up a little bit, but for me, it was still around about this sideways price action from 21 cents to 20 cents. Then it had its massive leg up, as everything did, when all this ultra volume came in here, beginning of this month, when the bull run kicked off. This is why I'm saying, right, we're going to zoom into this, why the Doge Army then and the investors are vesting in this token, because look, it went up, it found its resistance here, had a rejection, went back up, banging at this resistance. So obviously they were keen to go higher, broke this resistance, turned it into nice support. Look here. Little bit of a fake out here, then bang, straight up to the next level, which was perfectly where the height of this kind of pump candle was here. Started smacking at this, and this is right up until today, and turned this resistance into support and is on higher. So for me, obviously, like we're saying, where do you want to get in? Your buy box action should be down at this support here and should be down at this support here. At the moment, I think you'll be extremely lucky if you get anything down here, because I just think at the moment it's quite strong. But definitely you could be looking at price action here, and if there was a candle a wick down, price action here. Now obviously there's a bit of strong momentum here and there's a strong momentum here, but if you have a look, there's only small retraces since way back at the beginning of this month. Well, not at the beginning, about a week ago. You can see there's kind of small retracements, so you could see a small retracement here down to maybe this level or to this level, then a gradual pump up, because I definitely don't think Doge is done yet. Now for me, it had to be in there with the other two as coins that you might look at. Now I was going to do a bonus coin on Litecoin, but I'll do that in another video because I haven't got time in this one, unfortunately. So I will try and do Litecoin for those. Leave a comment below if you want to see Litecoin and I will do that. But at this moment in time, I'm not got time to do Litecoin. So unfortunately, I'm really sorry about that, everyone. But I want to leave you your thoughts. Have a look at these three tokens, see if they're for you. But as always, trade safe, trade smart, and don't get wrecked.